Are you sick and tired of the real estate roller coaster? You know that gut-wrenching drop in your stomach when you close a huge deal one month, only to be hit with sheer panic of an empty pipeline the next month? That feast or famine cycle is honestly killing more agents' careers than anything else in the industry. One month, you're on top of the world, celebrating a commission that finally gives you some breathing room. The next, you're staring at your calendar, riddled with anxiety, wondering where your next closing is going to come from. The difference between the agents just surviving this roller coaster and those building a thriving, predictable business comes down to one word: systems. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact systems to get rid of the ride for good. We're not talking about magic bullets or some expensive, unproven gimmick. We're talking about building a reliable machine that turns your unpredictable commissions into a stable, consistent income that you can actually build a life on. My name is Jonas, and I'm a coach at Guerilla Realty, a real estate agent, and a user of Pipeline Pro Tools. We share a full 1-hour training on my favorite loop, the Marketplace Playbook. It's highly effective at generating leads, takes just about 30 minutes a week to implement, and is completely free. In the training, we share the copy and paste ads as well as everything you need to generate over 60 leads per month. You can find the link in the description for the training. Just click below. Consistent income requires consistent leads. The biggest reason agents fall into the feast or famine trap is because their prospecting is sporadic. They don't schedule it. They do it when they're scared or when the pipeline is empty. It is not an ingrained habit. We're going to fix that with a method I call the loop and stack. This isn't about finding more hours in the day. It's about making your existing habits work for you, just using a little bit of behavioral science. And the idea comes from the habit loop, which starts with a cue that creates a response. And if you put a reward at the end of it, that loop is then closed. And we're going to hijack this into your daily routines to create a lead gen ritual that is basically unbreakable. Like I said, it always begins with a cue, a small action anchored into an existing automatic behavior. Think about getting in your car. When you open the door, you don't think about putting the key into the fob and then turning it. This is just automatic behavior. You don't need to think about these steps anymore. And this is exactly the same that we're going to apply. And then we're going to put a reward at the end of it so that your brain is essentially hijacked into completing this loop every single time. Now let's get real estate specific. In Pipeline Pro Tools, one loop that we teach our customers is the Classifieds Playbook. It starts with logging into their account, checking their lead activity for the day, and then start implementing the playbook. As soon as they start, they focus on nothing else for the next 30 minutes. It is just that, focusing on a high value lead generating task. Once that timer goes off, they immediately stop, and then we give the reward. And this reward can really be anything that you associate with the dopamine response. Food works well. You can step outside for a few minutes, obviously the better option here, or even a quick scroll through social media. The important thing is that we release dopamine at the end of it so that our brain is going to look for that response. By anchoring high friction tasks like this to a time-bound and a predictable reward, you eliminate the decision fatigue. You do this every single day, and suddenly you've completed a high significant amount of high-value prospecting and marketing without thinking about it. That is the goal. And once that loop feels automatic, usually in about a week or two, you add the stack. And habit stacking is where you layer another small action right on top of the new habit. So the formula then essentially becomes, after current habit complete, I will then complete new habit. This method turns lead generation from a daunting, willpower draining chore into a simple daily engine that consistently fills your pipeline. You're no longer waiting for motivation, you're running an automation. Okay, so now the loop and stack method is bringing in the opportunities. Fantastic. Now you need a system to actually work these opportunities. And this is where so many agents drop the ball. They sometimes have the leads, but they don't have the time. And the solution is time blocking, but with a specific non-negotiable rule. This is what we call the green zone. Top producers treat their calendar like an incredible value asset that it should be. They don't treat it like a list of suggestions. The green zone is the first 90 minutes to 2 hours of your workday, say, for example, from 9 to 10:30, 11 noonish, that is exclusively reserved for revenue generating activities. Time is sacred. It's marked on the calendar as busy. Phone is on do not disturb mode, and your email and social media tabs are closed. No exception. During the green zone, you are only doing things that can lead directly to a commission check. This is when you execute your loop and stack that we just talked about. You're making your prospecting calls. You're doing your lead follow-up. You're setting your appointments. You're not organizing your desk. You're not scrolling Instagram, and you're not catching up on any office gossip. You're in the money-making zone. Here's what a structured day could look like. 9:30 or 9 to 10:30 a.m. This is your protected time for prospecting and lead follow-up. Nothing else gets in. Then you have a little buffer block of 30 minutes. You decompress. This is where you can check your emails, log into your CRM, check the notes. And then again, from 11 onward, this is the reactive part of the business. This is where client meetings, showings, and admin tasks live. Before then, you're just focusing on lead generating and money-making activities. Why does this work so well? Because you knock out the most important needle-moving tasks first before the chaos of the day can derail you. Even if a deal goes sideways in the afternoon or you spend hours driving clients around, you can go home knowing you did the work required to keep your business thriving for the next 90 days. It creates a psychological win every single morning and ensures your pipeline is never neglected. By protecting your time like this, you're building a fortress against a famine. Okay, so now you have a system for lead generation and a system for focused work. The final piece is a system for accountability and refinement. This is what truly stabilizes your business and your income. Without it, even the best systems can drift. And this is what I call the Friday postmortem. It's a simple 50-minute meeting you have with yourself every Friday afternoon to audit your week. And this isn't about beating yourself up. It should be a non-emotional business review to see what worked, what didn't, and how to get better next week. During this audit, we're going to review 3 key metrics. First, the conversations. Did you hit your target for meaningful real estate conversations? If the goal was 20 and you had 5, your loop and stack needs adjustment. Maybe you add another stack to the routine. This number tells you the cold, hard truth about your prospecting efforts. Second, the gap. Where did your time really go? Look at your calendar and find the time leaks. The hours you lost being inefficient, maybe over-researching properties, or just getting sucked down into YouTube or social media rabbit holes. Identifying these gaps allows you to be strategic. If you see you lost 3 hours driving, you can decide to cluster your showings geographically next week. This isn't about being perfect. It's really just about making small 1% improvements. Third, you do a calendar sync. Now you look at the week ahead and immediately schedule your green zone for the following week. They go on the calendar right then and there. You also schedule your client appointments and your personal commitments. By planning your week before it starts, you're being proactive, not reactive. You run your week. The week doesn't run you. This weekly audit creates a powerful feedback loop. It lets you celebrate your wins, which you should always do, which reinforces the good habits, and it gives you clear data on where you need to adjust. This is the system that keeps the other systems honest. It replaces hope with data and turns your business from a mess of random activities into a predictable operation that produces consistent results. That predictability is the foundation of stable income. We use this approach with our clients to set clear expectations and keep everyone accountable. By focusing on the facts, we can stay objective and keep the emotions out of it and make sure that everybody's on the same page. All right, so let's wrap it up. The real estate roller coaster isn't something you just have to accept. You can get off that ride for good by building a business that runs on systems, not on stress. Again, starts with system number 1, the loop and stack lead generation machine, where you build unbreakable daily habits to consistently fill your pipeline. Then system number 2, the green zone, the follow-up engine, protecting your first 90 minutes every day for the money-making activities that actually move the business forward. And finally, the Friday postmortem, your weekly accountability, where you audit to fine-tune all the processes and make sure you stay on track. The truth is, stability in this business doesn't come from one massive lucky break. It comes from the small, consistent, disciplined actions you take every single day. It's about trading frantic, sporadic effort for calm, predictable systems. The tools are right here. The choice is yours. Start small, stay consistent, and I promise you, you will transform your business and your life. Remember, we share a full 1-hour training on my favorite loop, the Marketplace Playbook. It's my number 1 loop for lead generation and is completely free to implement. In the training, we share the copy and paste ads as well as everything you need to generate 60 plus leads a month. You can find the link in the description below.